Hello, and welcome to Coping with Donald. I'm Phil. The sun's starting to go down now. It's getting close to 5 p.m. Actually, it's a little after. And on a January 2nd, 2026, that's when the sun goes down in Florida. I wore this to keep a little warm. It actually probably didn't have to have it, but I was glad I had it. And it says on it, this is something I've used just as if I'm going to go for a walk and sweat or something. What does it say? American National, American Tradition Baseball. Underneath it says National Pastime. Do you think baseball is a national pastime anymore? Maybe it is for playing. Maybe it is for playing. It's the easiest game for kids to do pickup games on the street. Even easier, I think, than basketball. Because basketball, you have to have more officiating. But as far as a professional sport, I don't know if it is anymore. And I don't watch really much of any sports anymore. But I think even though it's tried to juice up the game, people consider baseball too boring. Leave your thoughts below. What should be the national pastime? A little bit later, I'm going to show you some buy one, get ones at Publix. I know you love that. But I'm going to talk about Kristi Noem for 1 minute. It's really the only thing that I have Donald related to talk about or that I care to talk about today, while we wait for 2026 to bring unpleasant surprises. They had that party at Mar-a-Lago, and Katie Miller, who's Stephen Miller's wife, was caught between Stephen Miller and, I was going to say Katy Perry. Did I say Katy Perry? Katie Miller, Stephen Miller's wife, okay? I hope I didn't say Katy Perry. That would be pretty funny. And she had Kristi Noem on the other side. And she put the camera on them. On the stage, there was Vanilla Ice, and there was a Ninja Turtle there for some unknown reason, dancing. But Vanilla Ice was singing Ice Ice Baby. Now, Stephen Miller looked kind of like he wasn't really enjoying it, but he was there for his wife, kind of thing. I don't think, and that's actually something I can relate to about Stephen Miller. Probably the only thing is that sometimes I just feel like I don't belong in this room, and I think he felt that. But anyway, he was trying his hardest. He was going ice, ice, baby, real down key. And then they moved over to Kristi Noem, and she looked, you have to remember, okay, this is probably a 50-year-old woman, or 52, I think she might be, and she's on her third face or something like that, okay? And which is fine. I think, to be honest, I think she looks pretty good. Most people don't. I think she looks pretty good. But she was whooping it up. And when I say whooping it up, I mean the whole spinning of the arm and jumping up and down at the same time. And when you're that age, that's a little bit undignified. But especially when you're the director of ICE and you're the secretary of Homeland Security and directing ICE, and you have hurt a lot of people over the past year, a lot of families, including a lot of children, okay? And then physically disappeared some people, and people are worried about their family members, and you're sending them off to different countries sometimes. So for her to be singing Ice Ice Baby while she's doing the I'm hanging off a chandelier thing, I guess you could say she was reading the room, because I'm sure everybody in that room was okay with it. But as far as the national room, I don't think she read it very well. The country's room with everybody in it, I thought that was pretty insensitive. I don't know how you could be more insensitive at that point. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that party. And there was a Ninja Turtle. I said that already. One person in a comment, it was pretty funny actually, he wrote, "That's Mitch McConnell." Anyway, as we Move on. I just want to show you very quickly my Publix coups. Now, you know, usually, I mean, I didn't even go down the cereal aisle. There's always buy one, get one there. And the bread aisle has lots of buy one, get one. I just didn't need bread. But, oh man, I wasn't even going to get this because I really don't need it after the holidays, but it is like half the calories. Halo ice cream, I couldn't resist. But even that price went up because I remember it being $6.19 buy one, get one. Now it's $6.39 buy one, get one. So prices are still going up, folks. Half a pound of shredded cheese by Kraft was $3. You didn't have to buy one, get one. They were just, I think, 2 for $6. So if you only wanted one, you only had to spend $3. Strawberries were buy one, get one, which I'm going to really enjoy with that ice cream. And I saw this is a 4 ounce, which usually, I guess, it used to cost $4. I think it costs a lot more than that now. But it was buy one, get one. So it turned out to be like $4 each. Deodorant. They had the tunas down to $1.25. I got 4 of them. I got 1 milk at full price. It was half gallon because I was carrying this. It was too much as it was. Anytime this is on sale, Smucker's, I buy a couple preserves. I'll probably buy a couple more later on. I don't get the jelly, I get the preserves. This is raspberry because they were out of cherry. I'm going to check later on in the week to see if they've got cherry. And I guess that's about it. I got the 2 preserves, the 2 ice creams, the 2 strawberries, the 2 cheeses, 4 of the $1.25 Starkist creation things, and a milk. And like I said, there was bread, buy one, get one. There was, I'm sure, cereal. They always have cereal. And those were just the things I saw. And I wasn't really looking all that hard because I knew I had to carry this for about 3/4 of a mile. And so I actually left the Progresso soup, which was buy one, get one. And I got this. This is Publix salad. It's got a piece of salmon in there. And it was $10 marked down to $7. In fact, all of their salads were basically $7. But this was the only one that was down $3. The others were down $1, $1.50, whatever. This is the one that cost the most. If they had 2, I would have bought 2. They only had 1. The total for all of that was $43. That's about the best you can do in America right now, okay? So hang in there and let's get through this. I'm going to put this stuff away. I want to thank you for being here. Comment below if you want to comment on anything about Publix, about baseball, or about Mitch McConnell Ninja Turtle. And I'll see you next time. I seem to only be able to pick up, sometimes it'll say there's 5 responses, but it'll only show 2. I'm trying to figure out how YouTube works on that. Have a great night.